Hello and welcome to the Magic Show! Welcome to the MTG Tournament Show, your one-stop show for all your metagame needs. First order of business, what is the MTG Tournament Show? What I want to do with this show is to provide a weekly Magic show with a Spike perspective, similar to shows like The Magic Show and The Professors, but with my own twist. I aim to bring the most important top 8s, the most important announcements, and any other news I feel is relevant to Spikes in the Magic community. Of course, this is just a small foray into this new territory at the moment, so all constructive feedback is encouraged. Nothing is set in stone now, not even this great name for a show. Moving on to the term results this past weekend, we come to the Star City Open at Seattle. Callblade took 4 of the top 8 slots and 6 of the top 16. We also see contributions from Mono Red, Splinter Twin, Tempered Steel, Power Message Ascension, and Vampires decks. Conspicuously, however, Valakut is absent, as will be a theme of the weekend. The most interesting part of the Australian Nationals is the addition of Twin Pod in their metagame. A deck I have been championing a great deal before M12 arrived. It seems to have done well for our companions down under. In fact, one of my clanmates, Andrew Jacobs, top 8'd with the list. Big congratulations to him. Beyond Twin Pod and the Cargo list, the decks seem to be much the same. The question we have to ask ourselves at this point is Twin Pod truly a Tier 1 deck in this M12 metagame, or is the Australian metagame lagging behind? We will see in the next few weeks. Arriving at French Nationals, we see much of the same. Again, Valakut is absent, and the only differences in their metagame are Blue-Eye Control, Elves, and Bant Birthing Pod. Again, we see a different take on Blue-White, as there are many different variations on this color combination in Standard at the moment. And again, we run into a Birthing Pod deck. Elves is also an archetype that many people have forgotten about, and should always be considered. This week's deck spotlight is the new Callblade list designed by Agurthewise. As far as I know of, only 2 players played this list and they ended up first and second in the tournament. The eventual winner, Nick Spagnolo, didn't lose a single match on the day. Eggers takes his list down to a more controlling route, eschewing Blade Splicer and Hero Bladehold, while still being able to pressure his opponents with birds and swords. The main deck Spellskites definitely do some great work in this deck, from slowing down opposing Splinter Twin strategies to protecting your birds as they get equipped with Feast and Famine. In fact, in a pinch, they can actually hoist the swords themselves into the red zone. One thing I love about this deck is the innovative use of Timely Reinforcements. As you all know, Timely Reinforcements is a very situational card that acts on 2 forms of resources. If you have less life than an opponent, you gain 6 life, and if you have fewer creatures than your opponent, you put 3 1/1s into play. The best portion of the spell is the 3 1/1s, but the life gain is far from insignificant as a resource for this deck. Dismember costs this deck 4 life every time you cast it, so you're often at lower life totals than an opponent, even in control matchups. The great part about this is the life cushion gives you more resources to spend on additional dismembers. And of course, 3 dudes? Seriously? On to some major news for the Magic community. Over the panel at San Diego Comic-Con, Wizards announced that it'll be moving forward with the modern format and the future. While there isn't much official information on it at the moment, I believe this likely means that Overextended will not see support from Wizards in the future, so you might want to pick up your Ravnica Shocklands. Wrapping things up, Level 1 judges and up received a nice little gift in their mailboxes this last week with a spicy promo Dark Confidant. These cards fetch a premium price, and it seems that DCI wants to encourage players to become judges. Last but not least, as I was browsing the rumor mill MTG Salvation, I ran across what seems to be the new art for Liliana to be released in Innistrad block. Take a gander. Well, that should wrap things up. I'm still getting used to this whole situation, so all input is welcome. I'd like to thank Evan and Erwin for inspiring me to do this. I don't know if I will continue to do this for long. It all depends on the feedback I get, but it was very interesting to get a small taste of what he does every week. A taste, mind you, because his show is obviously miles better than mine. Contact me on Twitter at JakeAntonets and check out my YouTube channel, Agurthewise. See you next time.